Hello everyone, my name is Nadia, student ID 234120026, from the Accounting Study Program, Class AKT24A. In this video, I will be presenting a lesson on health and safety in the workplace. This is a very important topic for all workers to understand, whether they work in formal sectors like offices and factories, or informal sectors like small businesses and self-employment. Health and safety at work is not only the responsibility of the company or management, but also the responsibility of every individual in the workplace. Occupational health and safety, often abbreviated as OHS, refers to efforts to create a work environment that is safe, healthy, and productive. The main objective of implementing an OHS system is to prevent workplace accidents, reduce health risks for employees, and create a comfortable working environment. In many cases, workplaces that do not pay attention to OHS aspects can lead to serious accidents, work-related illnesses, and even fatalities. Therefore, knowledge and awareness of the importance of health and safety should be instilled early, both through formal education and workplace training. In many countries, including Indonesia, the implementation of occupational health and safety systems is regulated by law. One such regulation is Law No. 1 of 1970 concerning work safety, which mandates employers to provide safety facilities and infrastructure, as well as guarantees the right of workers to a safe and healthy working environment. In addition, other regulations such as the Omnibus Law on Job Creation and various government regulations emphasize the importance of risk management and occupational safety management systems in fostering productive and sustainable employment relationships. The implementation of OHS involves several key aspects. The first is hazard identification and risk assessment. Every workplace has different potential hazards depending on the type of work performed. For example, in a manufacturing factory, hazards may come from heavy machinery, chemicals, or manual handling activities. Meanwhile, in an office setting, common risks may include poor posture, inadequate lighting, or workload-induced stress. Therefore, companies need to thoroughly analyze potential hazards and prepare preventive measures to reduce the likelihood of workplace accidents. Another important aspect of OHS is training and education. Workers must be given sufficient understanding of safe work procedures, proper use of personal protective equipment, and how to respond to emergency situations. This training should not only be provided at the beginning of employment but also conducted regularly to refresh knowledge and adapt to changes in technology or procedures. Examples of common training programs include fire safety training, first aid training, and emergency evacuation drills. In addition to training, the availability of personal protective equipment, or PPE, plays a vital role in safeguarding employees. The type of PPE required depends on the nature of the job and the risks involved. For example, construction workers may need helmets, safety boots, gloves, and reflective vests. Laboratory staff may require masks, protective goggles, and specialized clothing. Meanwhile, healthcare workers need items like surgical masks, latex gloves, and face shields. Using the right PPE consistently and properly can significantly reduce injuries and prevent disease transmission. Health in the workplace is also a critical component of OHS. A healthy work environment includes cleanliness, good ventilation, adequate lighting, and suitable temperature and humidity control. Companies must also manage workload, working hours, and work-life balance. Excessive fatigue and prolonged stress can negatively affect both physical and mental health. Therefore, employers are encouraged to provide rest areas, counseling programs, and relaxation activities to support employee well-being. In the context of a pandemic or infectious disease outbreak, such as COVID-19, the implementation of health protocols becomes part of the occupational health and safety system. This includes policies such as social distancing, wearing masks, temperature checks, and providing hand-washing stations and hand sanitizers. Companies should also consider flexible work arrangements, including remote work options and rotating schedules, to minimize crowding in the workplace. It is also important to establish a system for reporting and following up on workplace incidents. If an accident or near miss occurs, workers should report it to their supervisor or the OHS team. Reporting helps with investigations, identifying root causes, and implementing corrective actions to prevent recurrence. The reporting system should be open, non-blaming, and protect the reporter from discrimination or punishment. A strong reporting culture can significantly improve workplace safety over time. It is crucial to understand that OHS is not just the responsibility of a specific department such as the safety team or human resources. Instead, it is a shared responsibility. A culture of safety should be built through open communication, caring leadership, and active participation from all levels of the organization. Every worker has the right to stop working if they feel unsafe and has the right to be informed about the risks they may face. Caring for fellow co-workers, reminding each other, and following procedures are key aspects of a daily safety culture. The implementation of a comprehensive and systematic occupational health and safety management system can be achieved by following international standards such as ISO 45001. This standard helps organizations identify risks, establish policies, implement safety programs, and evaluate performance regularly. Adopting this standard demonstrates a company's commitment to employee well-being and improves its image and competitiveness in the eyes of clients and business partners. In addition to technical aspects, we must also address the ethical values and social responsibilities related to OHS. Companies that truly care about their employees' health and safety show that they value human dignity and uphold workers' rights. On the other hand, companies that ignore safety for the sake of short-term profits expose themselves to long-term risks, including legal consequences, reputational damage, and loss of productivity. From an accounting and financial perspective, a good OHS system can also have a positive impact. The costs associated with prevention, such as safety training and equipment, are usually far lower than the costs resulting from workplace accidents, such as medical expenses, compensation, legal penalties, and lost productivity. Therefore, OHS should not be seen as an expense but rather as an investment in business sustainability. We also cannot overlook the role of technology in supporting OHS systems. Today, many companies use digital tools to monitor working conditions, deliver online safety training, and manage incident reporting automatically. The use of sensors, wearable devices, and mobile applications helps workers stay aware of risks and provides real-time data to management. In addition, analyzing data from incident reports and workplace conditions can improve planning and decision-making processes. In addition to internal workplace measures, cooperation with external parties such as government agencies, occupational health services, and non-governmental organizations is also important. These institutions can provide assistance in the form of safety audits, professional training, technical guidance, and even financial support for small businesses that may lack the resources to implement OHS systems independently. It is also necessary to pay attention to the needs of vulnerable groups in the workplace, such as pregnant women, persons with disabilities, or elderly workers. These groups may require specific adjustments in working conditions, such as ergonomic chairs, ramps, or reduced physical workload. A fair and inclusive occupational safety system ensures that all workers receive equal protection and support according to their physical and mental capabilities. Workplace safety culture is also strongly influenced by leadership. Leaders and managers must set a good example by adhering to safety procedures, participating in safety programs, and showing that employee well-being is a priority. When leaders consistently prioritize safety, employees will be more motivated to do the same and feel confident reporting problems without fear of retaliation. Another often overlooked aspect is mental health in the workplace. In today's fast-paced and high-pressure work environment, mental health issues such as anxiety, burnout, and depression are increasingly common. Companies should provide mental health resources, such as employee assistance programs, confidential counseling, and stress management training. A mentally healthy workforce is not only more productive but also more resilient in facing challenges. Furthermore, work-life balance is closely related to occupational health. Employees who have time to rest, enjoy personal activities, and be with their families tend to be more focused, motivated, and less prone to illness. Employers should consider policies such as flexible hours, paid leave, and limiting overtime to promote overall health and job satisfaction. Another important point is the evaluation and continuous improvement of the OHS system. A good OHS program must be regularly reviewed to determine whether it is effective and whether any adjustments are needed based on new risks, changing technologies, or feedback from employees. This continuous improvement process ensures that the safety system remains relevant and adaptive. Involving workers in planning and decision-making related to health and safety is also a good practice. Forming health and safety committees or involving employees in hazard identification and mitigation encourages a sense of ownership and responsibility. Workers are often the ones most aware of the real conditions in the field and can offer practical input for improving safety measures. Another important area in occupational health and safety is emergency preparedness. Every workplace, regardless of size or type, must have clear procedures for responding to emergencies such as fires, earthquakes, chemical spills, or medical incidents. Emergency exits must be clearly marked, and all employees should be familiar with evacuation routes and designated assembly points. Regular emergency drills can help reduce panic and confusion when real incidents occur. Workplace hygiene is also a key element that is often underestimated. Cleanliness not only prevents the spread of germs and viruses but also contributes to overall employee morale. Workspaces, restrooms, kitchens, and break areas should be kept clean and disinfected regularly. Clean environments also reduce the risk of slips, trips, and falls due to clutter or spillage. Occupational ergonomics is another aspect of health and safety that can greatly impact employee comfort and long-term well-being. Poor workstation design, repetitive tasks, or awkward body postures can lead to musculoskeletal disorders. Companies should consider providing ergonomic chairs, adjustable desks, and encouraging posture changes or stretching breaks during long work sessions. In workplaces where chemicals or hazardous substances are used, clear labeling and safety data sheets must be available and accessible. Employees should be trained in handling, storage, and disposal procedures to minimize risk. In the event of accidental exposure, first aid kits and emergency showers or wash stations must be within reach. Fatigue management is also an emerging topic in workplace safety. Employees who work long shifts, night shifts, or irregular schedules are more likely to experience fatigue, which increases the risk of accidents and reduces alertness. Scheduling sufficient rest periods and monitoring workload balance are crucial in reducing these risks. It's also important to promote a culture of positive reinforcement rather than punishment in safety compliance. Instead of blaming employees for safety violations, it is more effective to reward safe behavior and provide constructive feedback. This approach creates a psychologically safe environment where employees feel supported and motivated to comply with safety standards. Finally, the integration of occupational safety with environmental sustainability is becoming increasingly important. Companies are now expected not only to protect their workers but also to minimize the environmental impact of their operations. Safe waste disposal, reducing air and water pollution, and using environmentally friendly materials are all part of a holistic approach to responsible business practices. To conclude, I would like to emphasize that health and safety in the workplace is a vital issue that must be prioritized by everyone involved. By consistently applying OHS principles, we not only protect individuals from harm but also improve productivity and organizational sustainability. Health and safety are not just legal obligations, they are reflections of respect for human values and dignity. Let us work together to build a workplace culture that is safe, healthy, and compassionate. Thank you for watching this educational video. I hope the material I presented today will be useful and raise our awareness of the importance of health and safety in the workplace. See you in the next learning session. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.